Hi everybody, we're on Discord recording MKV666 tutorial about Botify part 2. Welcome Martin, thank you very much for joining us everybody. I'm going to pass over to you and let you, I'll share your screen on YouTube, just bear me a couple of seconds. Let me pull that up on the full screen. Perfect, okay. I'm already on YouTube for you, Martin. Thank you very much. Right, there you go. Over to you, mate.
Okay, thank you so much. So before starting the stream, I just wanted to once again thank for the opportunity to present this beast of a script and to basically show you how I use it and how you can use it and how you can boost your trading experience by making the most out of Botify. So this is my second stream I will be doing on Botify. And, I have planned to basically do a live example, and I have, a good agenda planned. So let's not waste any time. The agenda today is going to be to basically, in detail, explain the purpose of Botify, to show you how I make use of it via a live example, and in the end, do a Q&A. If there's anybody interested in asking anything. So for everybody that is probably watching this post stream, please don't hesitate to ask me anything in the group. I try my best to answer everybody. I sometimes don't do that as fast as I want to, but the questions can be a bit overwhelming. Hope you understand. And if there's a better time that is more suitable for you guys to, change when we stream, I would be also happy to know, and I would be happy to change that as well. So now, as I will be doing more streams in the future, I wanted to lay out my plan and do that in confluence with your questions and your requests, and to basically lay out a plan. So the purpose of my streams is going to be to mainly answer your questions, to build strategies requested by you guys, to use them as an example, to explain in detail how I use Botify, and to, establish good practices. And we are going to start from beginner-friendly strategies and advance to more complex stuff with time. And I hope that this will help us build a learning infrastructure of sorts, and create a library of so-called lessons, and then to empower the community to constantly keep building, to create more and more profitable strategies, and to, in the end, hopefully trade like a boss and make some dollars, or Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever you're after. So now, this is a simple graph of what is the purpose of Botify, and I want to once again emphasize on that, so we can level each other. Now, the main thing is for you to be able to build a strategy with almost zero developing skills. Then the idea is to ease the process of backtesting by significantly, and I'm emphasizing on significantly, reducing the time and the errors that are prone to manual backtesting and trading. And then in conjunction with the optimizer, you can get much better results. And then you can use all the tools that David has provided us to forward test that strategy. And then, only then, you can find the good from the bad ones by using data. And hopefully, upon completion, Botify can also trade for you in conjunction with Trigger.trade. So all of this is great, but it's easier said than done. And, finding good indicators is an art of its own. It's really hard. Once you put your head down and you really try to do it right, you understand how hard it might be and how severe the competition is. So one thing that is really great for Botify is it can basically eliminate the trust process where you trust somebody else and put money on the line without being sure of what he's saying is true or not. And social media, my problem is that social media just makes it look easy. And sometimes we fall for the trap. But for everybody that has spent some time in the market, you know how hard it is. Speaking from experience, it's anything but easy. So the idea of Botify is to basically be able to filter out all of those trading gurus and use stuff that works. Because even I, and probably most of you at some point, have fell for the trap. It might be a losing streak. You might need some money. It might be an ego thing where you think, today is the day I'm going to be making money. There's so many reasons you might have fallen for the trap. And these captions and the current era that we're living in and the strive to learn to basically become a better trader can be a bit overwhelming with all this information. And with all these guys basically proposing, let's just take a look at that. That's like best FOREX strategy, almost no risk. Like the most effective strategy for MACD. It works for day trading, for crypto, for FOREX, for stocks. It works everywhere. It has high win rates. It's going to solve all of your issues. Okay. And there's these other guys, simple and profitable strategy. This one has the highest win rate. This one is a game changer. And there are just so many. There are just too many. And how do we know which ones are the good and which ones are the bad? By using Botify. This is my simple answer to. This is my point. This is what I'm trying to say. So this is how I use it, and this is how I think you should use it. By backtesting, heavily backtesting, everything that is being claimed good by someone else. So this is what I do. I never put money on the line if I haven't heavily backtested the trading setup. And I do that with anything that somebody claims is good. And I do that with my personal strategies and ideas. Thankfully, my personal ones are lately becoming better and better. Maybe it's time I spent in the market, but sometimes I have really bad ones. And without Botify, how can I know? Like, I don't trust myself. I only trust the data. And, to become profitable, I think this is the right path. So this is what we are going to be doing today. This is going to be a live example of basically how you can go about finding something that someone else claims is good, putting it, with an adapter to Botify, seeing what the data is, and then deciding, is it worth trading or is it garbage? So today we will do a live example of this trading strategy by this guy, the moving average. And before starting, I wanted to let you guys know why I chose this specific one. First of all, this guy has lots of views, lots of likes, lots of comments. The video is almost 2 years old. It hasn't been taken down, and it's, even after all of this time, has many likes, and it has a positive vibe. It looks like an established channel that provides high quality content. It has a promise of insane gains, and it also was requested by a community member. Before everything, I would also like to make a disclaimer that I'm not affiliated to this guy in any way. I've never met him. We never spoke. Also, I'm not promoting or criticizing him and his content in any way. Don't mean to trash the guy. I don't mean to promote him. It could have been anyone else. This video is just simply being used as an example. So what we're going to do is we are going to build it live, and then we will judge. Is it a good one that we would like to trade or not? And this is how me, being a full-time trader, this is how I make my decisions. This is how I make my money. This is how I provide for my family. So I really hope this is going to be useful to you, and you're going to make the best out of it. Now, in order for me to explain in detail how I do that, I really thought that it would be best to show you the video and to show you basically what is the strategy, hence why I've included this link. So yeah, so many views, so many subscribers, and the comments are what really gets to me. Like, I'm not going to read them out for you. It's just that basically there's a lot of guys that are telling me that's a good strategy, you can make money out of it, and they're sending me the idea to basically use it. So I'm like, okay, let's see what this guy's about. A question, when I play it, can you hear the computer audio when I play it like that?
Sorry. No, we can't. No, we can't.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think you have to route it through some kind of software.
I do have that software.
Okay. Try again, maybe.
Let's try it like that.
Nope, no sound from Artie.
Maybe try to activate just the captions. That should be fine.
Okay. That's okay?
Yeah, we can see the captions. That's great.
Yeah, okay. And I changed some settings. Can you confirm you can still hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, indeed.
Okay, great. So look, guys, the idea is not to use the whole stream and your time to watch a YouTube video. I just want to show you basically there's a promise of like insane gains. You can make so much money of this. This is is going to solve all of your problems. And what he does is he puts a couple of indicators. Now, the first indicator is this smooth moving average, and it's not just one. It's 3 smooth moving averages. He also puts the RSI, and he also puts the fractals indicator. He also lets you know that that's just 3 indicators, which is the minimum you can use with a basic TradingView account. And he changes some settings. Yeah, these are the settings. The SMAs are 21, 100, and 200. Then the RSI is being used in the following way. If the RSI is above 50, it's a good place to be looking for longs. If it's below 50, it's on the contrary, a good place to be looking for shorts. Then he changes some colors. That's nothing crazy. And then what he does is he just changes the colors of the Williams fractals. And I will be showing you a personal version of this indicator. It's basically the same results, but what I do, because I just don't like the way it looks, on the long part, basically this is where you're supposed to long, and this is where you're supposed to short. I just basically switch those triangles, and when you're supposed to long, it's the triangle up, and on the contrary, when you're supposed to short, it's triangle down. So the next thing is he explains that how the strategy works is when there's an uptrend being defined by the 3 moving averages being on top of each other. You are looking for longs, and the entry trigger is the Williams fractal upon the RSI being above 50, the 3 moving averages being on top of each other, and the price being above all of the moving averages. And what you do is you enter the trade, and your stop loss is just below the latest fractal. That is the one that provides you the entry trigger. This is what he explains here. When it's the same for the short setup, but I will just take a second to also explain it. The conditions for shorts, the 3 moving averages must point down. Also, you need the RSI below 50. And you also need to get a fractal signal upon the price closing below all the 3 moving averages. So it's something that I really want to show an example how I would go about basically plugging that into Botify. There's a lot of just how do I say this? He speaks about a lot about feeling the market and doing this and doing that, but as algo traders, that is none of our concern. Basically, we want to get strict conditions, and when those conditions are met, we want to enter the trade. First of all, he speaks about that, and in the second part of the video, he speaks about But sometimes, you don't trade here and you don't trade that. And with time, you get a feel for the market, which, by my opinion, are not strict conditions. This is exactly what you're not supposed to do as an algo trader. But nevertheless, I still decided to stick to this video because it seems like a lot of people like it and they make money out of it. So I thought, okay, if it's good, maybe we, as a community, we can also make some money out of it. Now, let's basically write down the conditions. So what we need, I will just add this in here. What we need as entry conditions are, we want to buy when we have an SMA's uptrend being defined, of them being on top of each other. We want the price to close above the shortest SMA. And we need for the RSI to also be above 50. For the sell, it's the contrary. We need the SMAs to be in a downtrend. We need the close to be below the short SMA. Okay. And we also need for the RSI to be below 50. And then we need to define the entry trigger and the stop loss. By the way, something that's really important is how you go about position sizing. Nothing of that is being mentioned in the video, but we're going to try to do our best. The entry trigger is first fractal signal. After those conditions are being met, and the stop loss is the latest fractal. Okay, so that's simple enough. And one more thing is the take profit. The take profit is being defined in the video. Sorry, I cannot play it for you, but it's either way going to take a bit more time than needed. The take profit is being defined by 10 or 20 ticks upon your preference. Okay, let me think if there is something else that we need to add. No, not really. I think that's it. So, okay, I will put that on my other screen right now. And let's go to the charts. So here we have a clean chart, and we're going to add those indicators. The first one was 3 smoothed moving averages. Yeah, okay. This one, he mentions the 21, the 50, and the 200. He also changes the color. That's not something that's obligatory, but let's just do it. So it's as fair as possible. The other indicator was the RSI. The RSI, these levels are 50 and 50. This is how he does it. Okay, and we're also going to disable the moving averages. It's just the moving average. And we're going to use another color just so it's just so we can see better. This was the second one, and the third one was the Williams fractal. The Williams fractals. Okay, so what he does here basically just changes the colors. I'm not going to go about and change that. And the idea is the following. Let's, I didn't mention that he claims that this works on 1 minute, on 5 minutes, on 15 minutes, on 1 hour. Basically, it works everywhere you want it to work. And let's just find a setup. I will change, by the way, this is the triangle up, this is the triangle down. And I will change the colors. This would be green, this would be red. I think would agree that this makes much more sense because those ones are long signals and the ones above are our short signals. So let's just look for a setup. In here, I'm just going to start from randomly out of somewhere. Let's just say we start here. And I'm looking at this chart. And at this point, RSI is below 50. Moving averages are in the downtrend exactly as I want them to be. I also have an entry signal in here because basically in here I will be only looking for shorts. Okay, sounds nice. So the trade that I should get should be something like that. Something like that. And I would go about like 10 ticks. We're scalping here. We're not looking for any trend chasing. This is just going to be scalping. So that would be a winner. Something that I didn't see being mentioned in the video is that these fractals, they print above after a certain time confirmation, so that they print after 2 periods. So if they print after 2 periods, basically you're not going to see the fractal appear here. You're going to see it after 2 candles. So it's not going to be here. It's actually going to be here. Hence why I would be able to short when this candle is closed, and the correct way to place the trade would be here. And I would put my stop loss here, and the profit would be, I don't know, something like that. How many is, just measure the ticks. 10 ticks, let's just use something like that. Okay. That's a profitable trade. Looks really, really nice. Then, where is my next signal? This one is closed here. My next signal down the line would be here. Okay, nice. I count 1, 2. This is where basically I would enter my short. My stop loss would be here. And oh my God, this is another profitable trade. I'm so hyped for this. So at this point, speaking, like if this is me speaking 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I'm like, okay, let's give it a go. Let's just start trading this and just see how it goes, and I just throw some money in it and hope for the best. But we as a community nowadays, that was not available back in the day. Just to let you know, I was enlightened about Botify's existence like a couple of months ago, and it's totally changed, transformed the way I trade and how much time I spend on the charts. So what I do now is I would go about and build the strategy and see, okay, we have a couple of winning trades. I just saw that manually. You saw that. That's 2 winning trades here. It's not something big, you're scalping, but still some profit. So what I would do is I would go about and build it, so I can really test it and see what are the results on a longer period. Now, how are we going to build the strategy? We need to plug in Botify somehow. And I'm sure that David would be really happy if TradingView allows us to do that without a single line of code. And it wouldn't take more than a couple of days for him to update the script. So we can do that without writing a single line of code. But as per now, due to TradingView limitations, the signals that Botify can read are such that most of the time you need to just add a few lines of code and do it yourself. So now, first of all, I need to establish what is an uptrend and what is a downtrend for the 3 smoothed averages, so Botify can read. I will show you how I will do that. Really important. This is an indicator that is an open source. So basically, I can just see the code. I need to save the script as my own and add maybe something that is going to remind me what I did, because when you start doing that with time, so you end up having an insane amount of scripts. So a tip that I received from a guy that he just really knowledgeable is to label everything that I do. So okay, we're going to label this one with this edition. Something important about the script, it's a version 3. I would always advise to convert your scripts to the latest version of PineScript. It's easier to work with. So that's just a few clicks. You need to convert it to V4. It's being done automatically. And then you can go back to V3, but the idea is to go to V5, so we convert it to version 5. And we have the version 5 to work with. So let's now define what is an uptrend and what is a downtrend. I will do that in the easiest way by just defining those conditions as, okay, if I want to buy, I want, excuse me, I want the shortest SMA to be above the next one. Let me just get a sip of water. Okay, so this is SMA1, which is the blue one. This is SMA2, which is the green one, and the red one is SMA3. So how you would go about this is, what is an uptrend? I want to buy when the blue, the one, is above the green one, and I also want the second one, this one, to be above the third one. Okay, great. And another condition that I'm going to add here is I also want price, something that is mentioned in the video. I want the price to close above the shortest one, which is basically this one. Okay, basically that is it. Now let's do the same for the opposite and define a downtrend. The downtrend, in this case, or the sell, it's easier to do it like that, is going to be the exact same condition. Oops. The exact same condition, but it's the opposite. They need to be below each other, and we need price to close below this one. So you save it, but bear in mind that this script is different from this script. So you just need to close this one, and you need to add this one to the chart. I'm not going to change the colors. I think that's totally pointless. And now what we need to do is we need to create a signal that Botify can read. I have already shared the code. It's just 2 lines of code that you can copy paste for yourself, and it's really nothing complicated. So it's the backtest signal. We want it to be buy. When there's a buy, we want it to print a 1. Or when there's a sell, we want it to print a -1. And when there's not a buy, or there's not even a sell, we want it to stay on 0. Then what we need to do is we need to plot the backtest signal, copy it, paste it. We need to add a title because later it's going to be easier for us to see which one is it. We're going to name it backtest signal, and just so it doesn't bother our charts, just so it doesn't take place, we are going to hide it. I explained this in the later stream. If it's something that you don't understand, don't hesitate to ask. And also, please watch the previous stream, because I think it helped a lot of people. Okay, we save it. It's going to flash. Just a second, it's compiling. Okay, you saw it flash. That means that currently this is the latest version of the script that we modified. And currently we have, we have a backtest signal that is being hidden. This is it. It's either a 0 when there's nothing. Here, it's the sell. And here, in this part of the chart, it's the part of the chart where we would like to buy. But it's there. We just hide it so it doesn't bother our charts. The next thing would be to also change the fractals indicator in a way that Botify can read as well. Because remember, This indicator is going to be the one that is going to provide us with our entry signals. It's not something that I would do with my personal trading, but just for the sake of the example, let's modify the indicator just so Botify can read it. Looks a bit overwhelming in the beginning, but when you scroll down, you can see that in the end, those green and red arrows are being defined by a simple plot shape function for you. So all you need to do is take this plot shape function in here and define it for a way so that Botify can read. Let's go ahead and do that. Once again, we need to save it as our own. I'm going to label it Botify. Now this is our script. I'm going to delete the old one, add the new one. It's with default settings. We're going to change that in the code. But in here, what we need to do is, yeah, it's the same thing. We want to buy when there's a down fractal, and we want to sell. Excuse me, and we want to sell when there's an up fractal. You saw me a bit earlier to change the triangles. I like it when I want to long for that triangle to be pointed up and the opposite way for shorts. So I will change that in the code. It's being defined by those very simple functions here. So this is going to triangle up. This is going to be triangle down. Let's just save it. Okay, you see? Now, when you're supposed to short, that's the triangle down. But the color is still something that I want to change. So I would just, I'm a really visual guy. When I backtest my strategies, I don't only look at the result and the percentages. I go through the chart and I look at the trades. And when I see the trades, being a visual guy, I know what went wrong. So this is why I changed those settings. So it's easier for me. It's easier on my eyes to see what's wrong, what's okay, what to change, and what to keep. So the down fractal is the one that we want to buy. So we are going to make it color.green. And the other one is just going to be color.red. When we save it, they're going to change. Okay, that makes much more sense for me. And once again, I will be changing I will be adding the backtest adapter so that Botify can read. You just saw it. I have it here on my second screen, and I will just copy paste it just so I don't take any of your time. Basically, that's it. It's the same thing. But what we did is we changed some colors and some triangles to be pointing up or down. That's not the important part. The important part is that we defined when we want to buy, when we want to sell in here, and we also included the code that is going to allow us to plug into Botify with readable for Botify signals. We're going to compile it, and I think we should be good to go. Now, this is something that we can plug directly into Botify as a confluence, the RSI. You'll just see how I do it. The entry signals are something that we modified via additional code. And we also defined the uptrend and the downtrend for the moving averages so that Botify can read it. And now we should be good to go to basically open Botify and see if it works. Here it is. By the way, David, I would hope that there's like some sort of a shortcut that I can just push a button and Botify to open directly, because I do this so many times a day that I'm getting sick of.
I'll try and do that one for you.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. So, yeah, what we need to do here is we need to plug all that we've built, those 4 lines of code, into Botify. So now, first of all, the entry settings. These are my default settings. I suppose you know that you can, whenever you find something that works, you can save it as default here. So my default settings are the unticked optimizer mode, because I think that it's fast enough like that. I use limit as exit. I don't allow reversal trades because that's something that's not being mentioned in the video. I don't close trades on reversal signals. I don't wait for any confirmations. Just a second. Wait for confirmation of new entry on reversal. No, we don't want that. Wait for is bar confirmed. Yes, we want that. What you can do for the Williams-Tracto indicator is you can add just another function for the buy and sell, which is going to basically, the function is bar state is confirmed, and this is going to print a signal only when the bar is closed. Because if this is not enabled, what can happen is you're just going to get repainting, and the backtest results are not going to be trustworthy. But what David did for all of us, he enabled that. So all you need to do is just keep this ticked, and all those problems are going to be solved. Next thing you want to find this indicator. So, okay, we have the fractals as the backtest signal. So this is the indicator that we want to use for our entry settings. The next thing we want is we want to long when this is a 1, and we want to short when this is a -1. And we want this to be equal to the first indicator, not the second indicator, which is this one. I hope this is clear enough. If you have any issues, please ask me. I think that this is pretty straightforward, and once you do it like a couple of times and you save the default settings, from there on, it's just a piece of cake to repeat. It's strange why I don't get any trades on the chart, by the way. Let's just build the rest of the strategy. Oh, okay. Here it is. We have some confluence settings that are disabling our trades. So let's just see if some trades are going to pop up on the chart when we disable those. Nope. Let's see. What went wrong? Buy, the sell.
The third confluence.
Okay. Is there another confluence?
Yeah, there's a third one. And no, it's disactivated as well.
No, not really. I'll find it. Just give me a second. I've been through this like a million times already. The fixed level, the fixed level, the fractals backtest signal, we want it to be equal to 1 or -1. Let me try something. I'll just go to my other chart. I have saved a template with this exact strategy because I did try to build it before the stream, just so I can be sure that I'm showing quality content. And here we get the streams. So I'm going to show you easiest solution of your troubles. Once you get it working, you save it as a template. And once you save it as a template, you can just copy it. You can go to the other chart. You can delete this one and you can paste. Oh, okay. It's not. Is it going to work like that? No. Okay. So what I would do is I would open this template straight away in here. It has the exact same indicators that we've built together. And it has some settings of Botify that let's just find out what's different. It's this one. You can see it has, it might be a bit too, it has the fractals, the 3 moving averages, the Botify, and the RSI. Okay, we have some trades. Let's see what was different. So the settings that you're supposed to use are the fixed level, and the fixed level, you want a 1 or a -1. You want to use the fractals backtest signal as the indicator. This one you don't touch, and it needs to be equal to the indicator. These are the proper settings that will show you trades on the chart. The next thing you need to do is, now we have enabled Botify to perform trades when there's a signal. Now what we need to do is we need to activate the other confluences, which are, we want the RSI to be above or below 50, just like in this example. 1 second. So we want the price, we want the SMA uptrend and the close to be above the shortest SMA. This is something that we've already coded in the SMAs indicator, and we want the RSI to be above 50. So this is what we do. We choose this to be a fixed level, and this one to also be a fixed level. This is a 1, this is a -1, just like we coded it. Then we choose the 3 SMA backtest signal in here, and then we want this to be equal of the value of the fixed level of the first indicator. Now, this confluence right now, if we only use the entry trigger and the first confluence, you can straight away see what are the results here being generated. This is without me putting the proper stop loss and without me putting the proper take profit values, but we'll get to that in a sec. So the next thing would be to also include the second confluence, which is for the RSI to be above or below 50. So when the RSI is above the fixed level of 50 for the longs, of the first indicator, not the second indicator. We want to activate it as a confluence. So it's only going to take longs if the RSI is above 50, or it's only going to take shorts if the RSI is below 50. So, okay, we have that enabled right now. And currently what we're doing is we're performing trades exactly the way like this guy told us. And it's sad that we are getting those results, but you know, this is extremely valuable. Right now, you're not losing any money. That's just plain sight data that you can use. And we've achieved that with only a few lines of code for 20 minutes or so. How long are we in the stream? Oh my God, it's been already an hour. Okay, maybe 20 minutes or so. If you do this by yourself and you're not explaining to anybody, you can do it without hesitation. But I was really hyped for the true trades I did manually a second ago. But right now, those results are not something that I'm really hyped about. So let's finish the strategy and make it perform just like he told us. So the take profits, he was speaking about pips. I think that around 10 pips on this pair is $1 or is like $10. So in order for this to be relevant, I think that we need to put the pips at least 100 for it to work. To be honest, I'm not very familiar with how this calculation works. Maybe David can explain, but just for basically pushing all the buttons and making sure that it's something relevant, these are the settings that basically perform the trade just like in the video. So we want our take profits to be pips, and we want 100 pips here for our longs, and the same for our shorts. If we want like the 20 pips he was talking about, we can go to 200. It's a personal preference, I guess. And then we also need to place the stop loss between the latest fractal. So that's something that is being incorporated into Botify. You have the stop loss type, which is the higher high or the lower low. So you choose that one, and let's check something together. In here, you have all of the conditions met. No, that's a bad example. Let's see. Okay, maybe that's a better example. And here we have all the conditions met. Price is all of the moving averages are in a downtrend. So it's first the 21, then the 50, and then the 200. You get the signal, and in the same time, RSI is also below 50. So we count 1, 2, and the third candle is where we get, you count 1, 2, and the third candle is where you're actually entering the trade. So what we need to do in order for us to put the stop loss at the recent fractal, just like in this example here, all you need to do is put the following numbers in Botify. You need to use, first of all, you need to use the higher high or lower low stop loss. And you need to basically higher high stop loss. That's the settings. You need to go 3 back. And this is how, without any additional code, the stop loss is with every single trade exactly where it should be, just like is being promoted in the video. So I think that this is everything that this guy wanted us to do to achieve insane profits. And just by looking at this chart, I'm not really being motivated that that was going to work. So this is a really good thing, guys, because a couple of minutes ago, we were really excited that we have examples of working profitable trades. And just by looking at this chart, I get a total different sensation. That's not a profitable strategy. It was supposed to work on the 5 minute, but it was also supposed to work on the 1 minute. Okay. The 1 minute also doesn't work. It works on every single time frame. It also works on the 15 minutes. Well, here you get a glimpse of hope, but then you give it all back and you suffer. You suffer the loss, and that is because you didn't backtest it. You basically just decided to trade it. So, okay, let's try the 1 hour. That's not something that I would trade. But okay, let's try maybe some different pairs. Let's try FOREX. It's self-explanatory. Let's try in the video. Something that you didn't see is him showing a snippet, a screenshot of real profits. How with just a couple of trades, he managed to make almost $1,500. Let's give it a shot on ETH. That's really inconsistent. At least it's green, but it's so inconsistent that I would never, ever put money on this one. Okay, let's just try maybe 15 minutes on ETH, and then maybe just try the S&P 500, and who knows, maybe it will work. But it's a sad story once again. And here, just by looking at it, I know what's going to happen. That's okay. Let's try the S&P. This is the brokerage I usually use for traditional markets. Really bad. Oh my God. Well, I think you get my point. I don't want to go through any more examples. At this point, this is when I would put this strategy in the trash bin and proceed with something different, or basically just start from scratch. This is not something that you should trade if you want to make money, period. And once again, I don't mean to trash the guy. He might be a really good guy. He might have helped other people, but I don't think that what he's claiming in the video is true, at least per the 12th of June 2023. You know, markets are really dynamic. The video is 2 years old. Maybe 2 years ago, this would have worked wonders. But that's really not the point here. The point is that this is how, when you see something online that is really catchy and claims to be really good, this is how you make sure that it really is. And this is how you decide if you put money on the line or not. And I also wanted to use this example to differentiate basically what you get on YouTube and in many other different communities, and what you get in DaviddTech. Like 90% of the guys there don't share results. They share emotions. They share some sort of screenshots. They share basically information that you don't know if it's true or not. And a very few amount of them share statistics. They share trading setups. They share strategies. And this is what you basically get here. And this is why I really love to be a part of this community, because here it's not trust me. Here it's trust the data. This is what works for me. This is what doesn't work for me. Basically, it's a totally different game. Now, let's go back to the presentation and see where this is going to lead us to. So, the best scalping strategy period. By the moving average, let's judge it and see, is it good or is it bad? And I think that at this point, you probably know where I'm heading to. This is how I would go about this strategy. So I really hope you understand that the point of this video was not to show you a profitable strategy, to provide you with a strategy that is going to increase your account size. The idea here was to basically go through the process of learning and getting information from other places and using Botify to decide, is it something that is good for you, is good for your account, is going to make you money, or is it trash and you should basically put it in the trash bin and choose something completely different. From here on, with the next streams, we will be creating more complex stuff. There's so many great requests from you guys, stuff that I would never imagined myself as a trader to use. Really interesting stuff that basically just works. I have great plans for these streams, and I really hope that they're going to help us become better traders. And you know, from here on, I really hope you like this process. I really hope this is useful, entertaining for you, and I would basically love to know if there are any questions that you would like to ask.
Not a question, but a compliment. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, MK. Absolutely brilliant. You looked at lots of things that I didn't even...
That was a great presentation, NKV. Congratulations, Martin. I do have a question for you. What would be the expected data to be rated for a strategy to be rated as good? Would you want it to be like profitable on two sets of data, like maybe the same coin but two different time frames, or maybe just one time frame, one kind of pair, for example Bitcoin, or maybe do so and so on pretty much everything? How would you rate like a really good, or not really good, but a good strategy in the green side, let's say?
You know, it's hard for me to explain that, so I prefer to basically show it to you and to show something that I use and has been great for me in the last couple of months. I mainly focus on crypto trading, and I mainly focus on Bitcoin because it's the daddy and always has great volume, and I have lots of stats on. So as far as traditional markets go, I've mentioned a couple of times that I come from a manual recreational trading background, and I have been introduced to Botify just a couple of months ago, and I've managed to basically put my logic down with all of the updates that David did, maybe like a month or two ago. So currently, I'm in the process of updating all of the strategies that I trade. And as far as now, I have completed like a small portion of them for crypto. And as far as traditional markets go, I still use my old manual trading backtest information, and I'm in the process of converting that and plugging it into Botify. But as far as a good strategy for crypto goals, I trade mainly like 15-minute time frames, not anything less than that. I find it really hard to find an edge because even if I get good results for a while, there's always this one move that is trashing my profits, and I just gave up to trade anything lower than 15 minutes. So let me show you this one. This is an indicator that I built myself with inspirations from many other places. And basically, these are some results that I find reliable and profitable within the long term from the 15-minute context. Because when you go back to backtest the 15-minute time frame, I think you can go about like maybe 2 years or a bit more than 2 years back. And earlier than that, data is not available. So when I backtest this one, which is using this indicator as an entry trigger, and let me just show you. This is my personal indicator. I will probably share it a bit down the line. I'm just putting some finishing touches on it. It has multiple layers of multiple timeframes of confluences. It has this PMARP indicator, which is mainly information gathered from moving averages. It has BBWP, which is interestingly not enabled at the moment. Probably these are the best settings. This is a volatility measurement. And I have the View app as another layer of confluence. And this one I actually saw from Mason. Mason, I don't know if you're in the stream, but congrats. That doesn't work great for this particular strategy, but has basically it got me really great results on other ones. But as far to basically to go back to your question, let's go back in time together and show you some results that I really think is great. Here, 88, that's insanely high. That's just me being lucky in the last couple of weeks. But if we go about, here you have 87%. You have a great profit factor. And here I have like 78% in the previous months. Basically, that's January, December, November. December is actually my worst month of trading. I also remember David mentioning like a big oops with his account in December. So a small advice: just don't trade in December. It sucks. But yeah, let's just go back even a bit earlier. Yeah, this is something that I would class as tradable. And the next thing I would do is I also always check, all of the stats here that are really known for everybody in the group, like Sharpe ratios or tenor ratio, profit factor, etc. But what I do is I also as you can see, basically this is the main thing I trade, the main pairs I trade. I would just go to different exchanges. So this is the USDT on ByBit, and here, and it was profitable. This is Coinbase. It's okay. It's actually great. And here, this is on Binance. This is Binance USDT, and you get like similar-ish results, and that's really important. If I get something really profitable on ByBit, and if I try to, if I open, let's say, Binance or Coinbase or basically anything else that's Bitcoin, and it doesn't work there, it just smells fishy. Something's wrong. It's not something that I would trust. I prefer to have like 65% win rate, 70% win rate, basically a lower win rate, which is stable on different exchanges, than to have like 85 or 90% win rate on ByBit. And when I go to Binance, that drops to, let's say, 40 and I lose money. Or when I go to Coinbase, it's like 50 and I still lose money. So this is how I build my strategies. I find something that works on a particular exchange. I backtest the hell out of it. I make sure it's the best possible one. Then I do the same thing for multiple exchanges as far as I can go back. And if there's something that's like at least 65, 70% profitable and, makes, let's say, 15 to 20% per month as a total account growth, that's something that I like. I'm not after like really big percentages. I'm not after like really massive win rates, because I know from experience you can get hurt by doing that. So something else that I like, maybe it was this one. That's on the 4 hour. This is something that I would also class as good. And you see the win rate is just 67%. It's not like 80 like the previous one, but that's basically on the 4 hour. So you get trades a bit less often, and this is something that I also like to trade. Hope this answers your question. If you need to for me to explain anything else, just ask me.
Thanks.
Cool. You didn't hear me a minute ago because I forgot to turn off the mic, but I thought the stream was absolutely brilliant, Martin. There's a couple of comments saying that there's no real questions, but the stream was great. Let me have a look on YouTube as well. And no general comments are that the stream was great. I'd love to see your insights in how you trade the things and how you find the lower lows and things like that. It's absolutely brilliant.
Well,
can you be unmuted?
It's because of the tools I have. Like, it's hard for me to basically code a strategy from scratch, just like you do. But when I have all those tools available in my arsenal, I can just put my logic down with maybe 2 or 3 lines of code. Was it like 4?
Yep.
In the whole stream?
Yep.
4 lines of code in the whole stream, and we build a strategy. This is why I'm able to do what I do. And I just love it because it's really empowering. And I hope it's useful to you guys too.
That's brilliant. Igor, you're unmuted. I apologize about that. We could just hear your stream last time you were online. I think it was Igor. Not sure if it had any questions, if he's still there. No, maybe not.
Oh, I'm there. You
Hi.
hear me? Okay, because I'm at work, I am at work, I'm driving my machine.
Okay.
I tried the similar when new MV, but the problem I get when I optimize. When I optimize, the optimizer keep changing the values what I ask it for. So that's only one problem that I have with optimizer and Botify together.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, carry on, Mark.
Yeah,
Sorry.
off to you, David. That's in your yard. I think that you can answer much better than I will.
Okay, there's a couple of improvements that I've made into the new Botify, which I've waited for today to release, so we get the stream without any changes. There's a couple of changes that I've added to the new Botify, and that's I've added names to each part of the Activate 1, Activate 2, and Activate 3, which allows for the optimizer to be able to distinguish each part from each other, but differentiate each part so that you can optimize it slightly better. Unfortunately, there is the point that we're using external indicators, so you won't be able to optimize the external indicators, but all the values inside of Botify you will be able to optimize a little bit better as of this evening.
Oh, that's all right. And when you, David, updating to 5.0?
Yes, I did a live stream on Friday. There was there wasn't lots of questions. There's quite a few questions, and people asked me to add things back and remove things. So I spent the weekend updating everything, and hopefully everything will be ready for tonight for me to update everything for everybody tonight.
That's great. Thank you. That's everything from me.
No problem. I apologize about you being muted.
That's all right. My machine is loud. I didn't see it before. Thank you.
No problem.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but every time we get a new update of Botify, I get excited like Christmas every single time. It's funny, but it's like I'm so happy this is happening. You have no idea.
There's a new cool thing that I've kind of tried to integrate in, which was kind of an internal optimization. It uses sort of I've called it Botify AI. It isn't really AI, but what it does is it tries to find the best settings for if you're using R&R, the risk to reward for the take profits. It tries to find the best settings on recent market values. You can set how many candles it looks back and how many trades it looks back on, and to try and find the best take profits using your stop loss with the R&R. So that's something that's going to be cool, I hope, for the future. It's very much going to be in beta testing at the moment because it's quite new, but I hope it'll be something that will be cool as a add-on in the future as well.
That sounds great because we are going to be able to put more emphasis on data, not our personal opinions.
Yeah, absolutely. And this thing sort of like runs in the background. So every time that there's a new bar close on it, it'll go back and do 100 or however many tests that you asked it to do, and it will save the best ones in a sort of a internal database and keep the best settings for you as long as you keep the chart open. So
great.
Yeah.
I love that, and I also love the part that we get so many suggestions of different strategies, stuff that I would never imagine to be able to think of myself. And this is just making me think outside of the box. And with the direction that you're going with AI, we're going to be able to automatically be able to do the same thing for our stop losses, because my go-to settings for the stop losses are higher highs and higher lows, and then just enable the ignore wicks function.
Yep.
And it used to work really great, but lately I see more and more times like this rule being violated, because like a year or two ago, whenever there was like a failed auction type of type of trade where you get a wick below, but you never get the close of the candle below or above the certain level. That was a really high win rate setup.
Yep.
But lately, on like 30 minutes, even like on an hour, I see this being more and more violated, and I'm really open to new suggestions and new options to how to go about my stop loss. And I'm really thankful that I'll be able to do this automatically.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of things like you said. What's great, the idea of the wick hunter or the ignore wicks function come from the community. So if anybody else has got any other any ideas that they want me to add, I'll quite happily add them as I go along. I'll try and get the latest version out today so we can test it, and any ideas I'll integrate as we go along. And very much the rebirth of this was very much thanks to MK. So yeah, so it's cool. Thank you very much. It's great.
No, thank you, man. I have no idea how much you helped me. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Great stream, absolutely brilliant. I don't know if anybody else has got any other questions. Fantastic. I don't know if you want to, if you've gone through everything, MK, or have you?
I think yes.
Yeah.
And the most important part would be to just let everybody know that I'll be in the group. Just ask me whatever you want. But please don't hate me if I don't reply straight away, because sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming. But I'm doing my best, for real.
Yeah. We've also got the guy that works on the Optimiser. He works for me all month full time. He's going to be jumping into the Discord as of next week, helping to write a Pine script for anybody who wants to do the same as MK done here today. He's going to be in helping. He's a developer, so he'll help anybody as well as MK build these indicators that do the 1 or -1 values. So if you've got any ideas, you can ask him as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you very much, MK. It's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant stream. I'm going to put it straight up on the website. It'll be on the website, also on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it on replay. And unless there's any other questions, a couple of hearts there. And thank you very much. Great.
Thank you, guys.
I'll
Thank you.
wrap
Thank
up.
you.
Cheers. Take care, everybody.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.